class, and happy Sunday. I hope you all had a great weekend and you are enjoying a little taste of spring as we move into April. It's so hard to believe that we only have 3 months left of the entire semester. For many of you, you're graduating, and some pretty exciting things are coming down the line with prom and grad. So keep your eyes on the prize. This is also 2 short weeks coming at you with the for those who celebrate the Easter holiday this weekend. So we've got a day off on Friday and on Monday. So I hope you all enjoy that as well. Okay. So I'm going to go through the expectations for the week here and some really important updates regarding the unit test. So just make sure that you tune in and listen to our instructional video for today. So just a reminder to always start your week off with completing your participation activity. That's, of course, your attendance activity for the week, making sure that you get that done right away. Okay. And this week we are going to be, sorry, this is actually incorrect. We are going to be focusing on completing our management theories assignment from last week, as well as writing the unit test. So we have actually very few tests in this class by design. Ultimately, in a business classroom, in order to prepare for university and college, of course, it's important to have testing opportunities. But in a business classroom, there's just a lot of other ways that we can assess work. However, it's important to have test opportunities so to prepare you for the examination. So we do have our test this week, and there's only one more test in the entire course. Of course, this is outside of the exam. But the test is an important opportunity for you. And I'm just going to talk a little bit as we get to it about what to expect for the test and how to adequately prepare. One thing I want to note is that if you do have an IEP that does afford you extra time on tests specifically, I would just recommend that you do reach out to me over email. Just make sure that we have that set up. I have to set that up individually in the system. And just for fear that I miss something, of course, at this level of grade 12, it's important that you practice that self-advocacy anyways. It is obviously a learning skill on your report card. So just send me an email and we'll make sure that we have you all set up for that, okay? All right. Okay, so this week you have 2 things that you're going to be focusing on. You've got the management theories assignment. So that we actually went through last week. So if for whatever reason you haven't started that yet, good luck to you. That's my passive aggressive way of saying, like, you got to get on top of your stuff, okay? Because that was actually rolled out to you last week in the instructional video a week ago. So I'm not going to go through that because I already went through that in the instructional video. It's a 13-minute video that takes you through the entire assignment. So do make sure that you listen to that and that you are on top of that, okay? Because I actually have given you, oh gosh, it was something like 11 or 12 days to do that one assignment. That's a lot of time. So you have to understand that my expectations are going to be high for this particular project. This one will be worth about 7% of your overall grade by the end of the semester. It will be more highly weighted on your midterm report card. Okay. So this week you're focusing on that and you're focusing on your unit test. These are the last 2 assessments that will be marked prior to midterms. So again, for those who are trying to maintain an average for their university or college acceptances, these assessments matter, no pressure, but that's why I've given you quite a bit of time to really work on those. And that's why these are the only 2 assessments you have to worry about this week, okay? So this week, you have to finish this management theories case. It is due by Thursday at 3 o'clock. Okay, in Dropbox. Again, this was assigned to you last week and the instructional video was posted a week ago. So all of that information is there. Okay, so you would have already started this. You should have already started this. If you haven't, you're behind. So you want to think about that, okay? So that's due Thursday at 3 o'clock. And your unit test, you can write anytime this week. And you have to write it before next Tuesday, okay, at 8 a.m. And the reason for that, I think I've written this here, yes. The reason for that is because we have the long weekend. So I do want you to be able to enjoy the Monday. Obviously, you have that off for a reason. So I'm giving you that extra time to write the test because it's your time, okay? And that's great because, again, it affords you that flexibility. With the unit test, it is a 2-hour timed test. I've given you extra time than you would have in the classroom. And again, that's just because my expectations are high. but I want you to put in your best work. Okay, so 2 hours, it should not take you any longer than 75 minutes. So you do want to try to aim to do it within that period of time because, again, you're practicing for university. Okay, so with that being said, the test has to be written within that period of 2 hours. You can't start the test and then leave it and come back. So whenever you do start the test, you just make sure that you have a period of 2 hours in front of you where you can quietly write the test in an environment that feels good to you. Okay. Um, in an e-learning class, what I'm looking for your test is that you are making connections to the curriculum, the content, specifically the content that we've covered in this unit. So the more you do that, the better you will do on your test. I have also run questions through ChatGPT as well as just Google in a general sense. So if I notice that any of your question has any kind of, likeness or paraphrasing of ChatGPT answers, this is not good. It's not a good situation. So while you are on the other end of that screen and there's no one monitoring you, please understand that in an e-learning classroom, we know this, okay? The questions are written in such a way that you have to actually make connections to the material from the class stuff that we talked about, okay, that we've done together in class. So all of those slide decks, all of those articles, all of those TED Talks, you really want to emphasize your studying on that material. Also, students who do not study for an e-learning test, they tend to perform poorly because they run out of time. Okay, so imagine you haven't studied for your test and you've got 30 multiple choice questions and you haven't studied. You're going to be spending on average 5 minutes per question trying to just find the answer. A typical multiple choice question shouldn't take you more than 60 seconds to come up with an answer. So that portion of the test should only take you 30 minutes. Often what happens in e-learning is that if a student doesn't study, they're spending all this time trying to source their answers and then they run out of time. Okay. So just again, it is really important that you study for this test. It's important that you review the material. There is a lot of material. Think about all the management theories that we've learned, right? So really understanding those theories, going through the TED Talks, going through the slide decks, knowing the material, not only is going to help you with the test, but it's also going to help you make connections in the second unit of the course when we start to really build on the foundational learning that we've done so far. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for the test. It certainly is going to require some effort. I would spend several hours studying and preparing for it in advance. That is why you have all week. Okay. So all you have to do this week is prepare for your test and figure out a time sometime this week before next Tuesday at 8 a.m. to write your test. And you have to complete and finish that management theories assignment by 3 o'clock p.m. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Of course, if you have any questions throughout the week, if you want to run through material together, if you want to just pop into a Google Meet and go through anything together, I would be really happy to organize that. So just send me an email. I hope you all have a wonderful week. And if I don't talk to you before the long weekend, I hope you have a wonderful long weekend. Do expect that next week's instructional video will come up on Sunday as usual. So again, if you're home next Monday and you want to get a jump start on the stuff for the week ahead, you can definitely do that, but it's not required. Okay? All right, good luck on the test. I hope you have a wonderful week and I'll see you online.